Good day to everyone viewing. I'd like to repeat to you in today's One View Wonder a horror story. It was published today by CNN.com, and the title is Nepal Failing to Protect Women. 15-year-old dies in menstruation hunt. I will begin to read the story and then I'll give my opinion on it and then we'll be done. Deep in the Himalayas, the night rolled in, and a tiny girl in a tiny hut a girl in a tiny hut, rather, lit a fire to keep warm. As she slept, the 15-year-old died of smoke inhalation. She was alone, separated from her community because of a biological function that half the world's population will experience. The girl from Gajira village in western Nepal, Akkam district, was taking part in Chahupati, a common practice in the far west of the country in which women, considered unclean during menstruation, are banished for the extent of their periods. Her death was the second in under a month, according to Akkam District Police Inspector Baran Barasad Dakayal, who added that 10 girls have died in similar huts in the district over the past 9 years. Deaths are usually caused by smoke inhalation, snake bites, and lack of basic health care during menstruation. Banished. Kakaboi dates back centuries and has its roots in Hindi taboos over menstruation, as well as being insulated in tiny menstruation hunts, small ramshackle buildings with small doors and often no windows and poor sanitation and ventilation. Women and girls are forbidden from touching other people, kettle, green vegetables, plants, and fruits, according to a 2011 United Nations report. They also are not allowed to drink milk or eat milk products, and their access to water taps and wells is limited. Some in the far west still believe that a god or goddess may be angered if the practice is violated, which could result in a shorter life, the death of a livestock, or destruction of crops. The report said it is believed by some that if a woman touches fruits, they will fall before they are ripe. If she fetches water, the well will dry up. In some areas, the restrictions extend to girls reading, writing, or touching books during menstruation out of fear of angering Saraswati, the goddess of education. We've read enough of this. So, it's hard for me to read something of this nature and to really identify with feminists in this country. And obviously, I am not advocating that women have not had a hard time over here and they have had no struggle whatsoever. But in the wake of last month with Clinton losing that election and people swearing up and down it's sexist, 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 and trying to play this game as if women really still have these restrictions that cause them, even when they have substance, which she did not have, to be unable to ascend is total baloney to me. It's absolutely baloney to me. I don't buy it whatsoever at all. And I think all the women who talk about America's sexism or whatever, read this and realize what it means to have your rights taken away, what it means to have a part of you snuffed out for something you can't control being a woman. They couldn't control having menstruation. And these old taboos know that. Even back then they couldn't control it and they still have them going out and being in menstruation huts. And then you want to tell me about how sexist Trump is. Trump isn't the one having you go out and sit in the desert by yourself and get bit up by snakes and breathe in smoke and lack basic health care. The last one's apparently Obama's fault, according to some of these conservatives. But the point is, there's no this whole you can't victimize what is such of lesser consequence than any of this stuff in this article. So anytime somebody wants to debunk a feminist that is, claiming that the world, we call it the U.S. is so hard on women and so ridiculous, tell them to go over to the Himalayas. Try that out. Why would you even think that after this? I hope this story at the very least taught some people that we need to be grateful for where we live, for it not practicing these acts, and just know that as bad as you think your situation is, it could definitely, most thoroughly, be worse.